So having calculate the current cost of equity of Zeco PLC. Now we shall proceed with our procedures to calculate the project specific cost of equity, right? The project specific cost of equity, and don't forget these steps to calculate project specific cost of capital. Please, you can snap it, although uh a copy will be sent to the group actually, but for the purpose of this class, you can snap so that we'll follow this step by step approach. Now, the first the first um the first approach is to determine the proxy company, right? Now, we should identify the proxy company, class. Number one is to identify the proxy company. Please, class, what is the proxy company? Proxy company.
KCP.
Oh, thank you. Proxy company is to identify the proxy company. You just open bracket KCP. Proxy company KCP. KCP. Now, what is the next step? What is the next step? We should ungeared, right? Or regeared by including the financial risk, right? By including the financial risk of the what? By removing the financial risk of the what? Of the proxy company, right? So this is it. We should degear or ungear by removing the financial risk of the what? Of the proxy company, right? Of the proxy company. Of the proxy company. So now this is the formula to determine that. So firstly, we need to know. Now, please don't forget that is we are to calculate assets beta. Now, don't forget that BE is the equity beta for the proxy company. All these are for the proxy company, please. All these are for the because they say degear or ungear, right? By removing the financial risks. By removing the financial risks of the what? Of the proxy company. So when you remove the financial risk of the proxy company, you are left with the business risk of the proxy company, right? So this is the formula that we are going to use, right? This is the formula. This is the formula to use. Okay, that is step 2, right? The step 2, equity beta, right? So let's start. What is our BE? Our BE from the question, which is the equity beta, right? Hello?
Yes, the equity better.
Are
2.3.
we
Yes,
still
sir.
together?
Yes, sir.
We are
Okay,
together.
we are to calculate the asset beta, right?
Yes, sir.
Right? We are to determine the asset beta. Are we still there? Now,
Yes, sir.
first, okay, thank you. Thank you. First, what is the BE? BE,
2.3.
BE for the proxy company. You need to get that. VE for the proxy company. What is the VE for the proxy company? Which is the market value? Then VD, which is the market value of debt, right? For the proxy company. 2, the tax, which is the T of the proxy company. Then BD of the proxy company. This is step 2. So we'll go to the paragraph of the proxy company. Where is it? Okay, this is the paragraph of the proxy company, right? KCPLC. Now, KCPLC has an equity beta of 1.25, right? The equity beta is what? 1.25. KCP has 100 million of ordinary shares in issue, right? Don't forget that the equity beta is 1.25. Now, KCPLC has ordinary shares in issue, currently quoted at what? 2 naira 60 kobo per shares, right? Now, don't forget that this is the market. This is the market price per shares, right? And they have 100 million shares in issue, right? Don't forget that 100 million shares divided by the nominal value will give you the numbers of shares. Is that not so? Is that not
Yes,
so,
sir.
class? Is that not
Yes,
so?
sir.
Okay. So 100 million divided by the nominal value will give you the numbers of shares. So when it give you the numbers of shares, what is the value of equity? This is the current market price, right? Now, the market price, you just multiply the numbers of shares times the what? The current market price. Please, someone should take note that I will ask, the ordinary shares is 100 million, the nominal value is 1 naira, the current market price is 2 naira 60 kobo, and the equity beta is 1.25. I will ask this question now. Please take notes. Okay, now give me figure. What is the equity beta there? Equity beta
1.25.
1.25.
1.25.
Okay. Now, how do we? Okay, what is the this? V is the market value of equity. Don't forget that market value of equity. That is the total market value of equity. Now, firstly, what is the numbers of? Let's check. What is the ordinary share in issue is what? 100 million, right?
Yes, sir.
Right, class? Are we
Yes,
still
sir.
there?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What is the nominal price? The nominal price is
2
1
point.
naira, right?
Yes, 1 naira. Yes, in the market.
Okay. Okay,
Yes.
thank you. Now, this one will give us 100 million shares, right? 100 million shares. 100 million shares, right? 100 million shares times, right? What is the market price?
2.60.
2 point,
60.
Six.
okay, 2.60. 2.60. Okay. What do we have? What is the market value of equity?
260 million.
260 million. Okay. Okay. Now we go back, we go to the debt part of the Proxy company. Okay, this paragraph explain uh, the ordinary shares. Now, this part is talking about the debt. Now, the company also has 100 million known notes. Please take notes of this debt of the Proxy company, 100 million known notes, and the current quoted market price is 96 naira, then per loan note, then the 100 naira nominal value. Now, don't forget that the both companies pay tax at 20%. Both of them pay tax at 20%, so the tax rate will be 20%. So let's go back to now. What is the loan note? The value of loan note is what? What is the value of loan note?
10 million.
110 million.
110.
110 million. Yes, sir.
110. Okay. Divided by what is the nominal value of that
100 naira.
debt? What? 100 naira.
100 naira.
So when you divide it, we give you the numbers of loan notes. What do you have? What do you have?
Yeah,
1.1 million.
1.1 million.
1.1 million loan notes, right?
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
1.1 million. Oh, no naira there, sorry. Loan notes, right? So multiply multiply by what is the market price of the loan note? What is the market price? Class.
Scroll up.
Hey.
Class, scroll up. Scroll up.
The 96 naira, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. That is the quoted price.
Yeah.
Okay. That's why I say you write it down. 96, so that will not be going up and down. So what do we have here?
10.
What do we have?
105,600,000. I think so.
105 million
600,000.
600. So that is 105.6, right?
5.6. Yes.
Okay, thank you. So both of them have a tax rate of 20%. There is no better debt from what we read under the deposit company. Is there any better debt? Is there anywhere we say they say better debt of the deposit company or better debt of KCPLC is this? There is no better debt. If there is any better debt in this paragraph, they should have included that the better debt of KCPLC is 0.2. So there's no better debt. So which means that the better debt is equals to 0. Are we
Yeah.
there?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So now,
Yes, sir.
which means that coming BA will be equals to BE. Okay, let me copy this. Okay, BE, so divided by VE. Let me copy this also. Right, divided by VE. Now, since better debt is equals to 0, we will not consider this part. We're supposed to say plus, right? We're supposed to say plus better debt times value of debt 1 minus tax rate. So now, since better debt is equals to 0, so this formula will not exist. So we can just put it there actually. We can just put it there actually, but it will not work here because better debt is equals to what? Better debt is equals to what? Better debt is equal to 0, right? Because the better debt is equals to what? Better debt is equals to 0. So now we can proceed with this formula. So we already know that why we did not add plus BT, it is because better debt is equals to 0, which means that all other things in that formula will be equals to what? Will be equals to 0, which means that all this will be equals to what? Will be equals to what? Will be equals to 0. Because better debt, when you put 0 here, every figure here will be equal to what? 0. So we can now go by this now. So what is our final figure? BA equals to, what is the final figure? BE, what is BE is 1.25 times VE. What is our VE? 260. Is that not so? Are we still
Yes, sir.
together?
260 million.
Okay. 260 million. Right? VE 260, right? Plus value of debt. What is the value of debt? 105.6 M. Open bracket 1 minus tax rate. What is the tax rate? 20%, which is 0.2. Right? Which is what? 0.2. So what do we have? So don't forget, you need to get this. When you get this, you add this together, then you multiply 1.25 times 260 divided by what you have here. So what is, please give me figure. So what is the asset beta? Asset beta. Hello?
325.
Denominator. The
No, give me
denominator.
final figure.
0.94.
0.94. That is the asset beta. So step 3, sorry. Step 3. Let's go back to the step 3. That we should determine the equity beta. Right? The equity beta. What is the step 3? Step 3. Okay. Now, the step 3 says that we should regear by including the financial risk of the what? Of the main company, right? So because the asset beta that we calculated is the business risk of the proxy company, the company we are diversifying into. Now we are adding the financial risk of the main company, so which means that we are adjusting for the risk, right? Don't forget that from our formula, from this part, right, is for what? Is for who? Is for the proxy company, which is the business risk of the proxy company. The BAU calculated in step 2 minus the better debt of the proxy company. Why this part? Why this part represents the financial risk of the main company. So that is why the business risk plus financial risk will give what? Equity beta. Class, are we together? Now,
Yes, sir.
we move. Okay, we move to this. Copy. Now, what do we need from this part? Step 3, we have to calculate the BE, right? The BE, right? So what do we have? Now, BA, we've already gotten our BA, right?
Yes, sir.
Hello,
Yes,
BA,
sir.
let me bring them out so that we'll see. BA, we already calculated it as 0.94. 0.94, right? Now, BD, which is the better debt of the proxy company, is 0 already, right? We didn't see there's no better debt of the proxy company, right? Right? Now, the VD, don't forget that the value of debt is for the main company, just as I explained earlier. Value of debt, what is the value of debt? Value of debt is the market value. Please, when you are identifying this from the formula, when you are identifying this, please make sure you write it in full. Now, in this place, you write BA. Please identify it in full that this is asset beta, this is better debt, this is market value of debt, this is the market value of equity. Please identify it, please. It's very important, please. So when you write the formula, then you say where BA is this, BD is this, VD is this, VA. So once you identify it like that, so you can continue with your BA, BD, VD, and VE because you've already identified it earlier. Now, we move. This VD and VE is for the main company, right? It's for the main company. Let's quickly go and check the market value of debt of the main company. We'll go back to from our first paragraph, please. So this part is talking about the proxy company, the company that are diversifying into. This is ZECO, right? Now we can see that ZECO PLC loan notes are quoted. You can see that this is for ZECO. This is the debt of ZECO. This is another debt of ZECO, and this is the equity of ZECO, right? We need to determine the value of equity. Now, let's start. Okay, where is value of equity? Okay, let's start here. Okay. Now, don't forget that from the question, we're told that as a result, the share price has fallen from a high of 3 naira 50 kobo per share 5 years ago to only it has reduced to 1 naira 05 per what per share today, right? That is the current market price. Now, don't forget that this is the 40 million and this is the what? The nominal price or value. Now, when you divide 40, please, someone to take note. This is the total ordinary shares, 40 million. This is the nominal value or the nominal price, 0 naira 50 kobo. This is the market price. That is why it is good to read question from the beginning to the end. This is the market price. Don't forget that 5 years ago it was 3 naira 50 kobo. Now it was now is what? 1 naira 05 per shares. Please, someone to take note of this. Please write it down. Now we move. Now the market value of debt. Okay, no, let's start with equity because we've identified equity. What is the total ordinary shares for equity? What is the total ordinary shares? 40 million, right? Hello? Hello?
Hello, sir.
Are we there?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, we want to calculate the total market value of equity, right? Now, the value of ordinary shares, this is the value of ordinary shares, is 40 million, right?
Yes.
This is the nominal price. We need to divide it so that we get numbers of shares. So when you get numbers of shares, you multiply it with what? The current market price. You get the total market value of equity. Now, let me divide it. Divided by 0.5, 0.5, right? Equals to this. What do we have first? What is the numbers of shares?
80 million.
80, Abi?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
80
sir.
million shares. 80 million shares times. Now, what is the current market price?
1.05.
1.05. Please, the current market price is given here in the question. Please, you can see they put it at the beginning so that you will start looking for the current market price. Please, it is good to read question and pay attention to all questions. Please, it's important. Now, what do we have?
84 million.
84 million. 84M, right? So we go to debt. Don't forget that there are two debts that were given in the question, right? There are two debts that were given in the question. The irredeemable loan notes, irredeemable loan notes, right? This is the value, take note of the value of irredeemable loan notes of 250 million. And also take note of the nominal value of 100 naira per loan note, which is the nominal value. We need to get the numbers of loan notes. Now, ZECO PLC loan notes are quoted. This is the current market price of the loan note. So when you get the numbers, you multiply it by the current market price. We give you the total value of debt for the loans. Now, this is another what? Class, this is another debt, right? Now, you can't determine the market value of debt. Do you know why? If you check, please go back to my previous video on the cost of capital. Now, do you know why you can't determine the market value of loan notes? Now, the market value of the market value of bank loan, it is still the same figure of 20 million or of 20 million. Yeah. The market value of bank loan is still the same figure given in the capital structure. Do you know why? Because bank loan is non-traded debt. It cannot be traded in the what? In the stock market, either in the debt market. Yes, in the what? In the debt market. So that is why the market value of bank loan is still the same figure given in the what? In the capital structure class. Now, loan notes and bank loan is the debt, right? Don't forget. Okay, coming. Okay, so the debt, loan notes, let's say loan notes, right? Loan notes. What is the value? Let's get the numbers of loan notes. What is the value of loan notes? 250,
250.
right? Now divided by what is the nominal?
100
What is the
naira.
nominal? Quickly.
100 naira.
100 naira.
100 naira, right? Times what is the market price?
65 naira.
Is what?
65 naira.
6 points.
I mean, this is
65. Let me confirm.
65.
Okay, 65. Okay,
Yes.
good, correct. That is 65, right? When you get the numbers of loan notes, what is the market value of loan notes? What is the market?
162.5.
That is what?
162.5.
162.
162.5.
162.5, right? 162.5. This is for loan notes, right? This is for loan notes. Now, the bank loan, right? Don't forget the market value of loan notes is still the same figure given in the what? In the capital structure. Bank loan.
Bank loan.
What is the figure? Did you capture the figure from the capital structure? Let's go back.
Yeah, 20 million.
Okay, it's 20 million. Thank you. 20 million, right? So what is the total? What is the total? What is the total?
182.5.
Okay, this 182.5. So I purposely want to make this a live class so that we'll get some parts of it. So this is the value of debt. This is the market value of debt. Class. This is what? Market value of what? Market value of what? Market value of debt. Now, having gotten that, do we still need any other figure? No. Okay, no, we don't need any other thing again. Okay, the tax rate is still remain the same. You can see tax rate, which is T, is still 20%. Please don't forget that the value of debt here is for the main company, right? The value of debt here is for the main company. The value of equity, okay, the value of equity that we calculated, all this is for the main company. Value of debt, value of equity is for the main company, right? So we can now insert all this in our what? In our formula. Now, just capture the formula. BE, right, equals to BA, right? What is our BA? What do we
Our
get as
BA
BA?
0.94.
Okay, 0.94 plus, right, open bracket, 0.94 minus beta debt is 0, right? Okay, market value of debt.
182.5.
Thank you. 182.5
5.
1 minus 0.2,
2.
right? 1 minus 0.2 divided by the value of equity,
84 million.
84 million, right? So what do we have? BE equals to what? What do we have? So step 4 is to determine the cost of what? Is it step 4 or step 5? Is it step 4? Okay. Sorry. This is BE equals to, okay, what do we have? Step 4 is to determine the cost of equity using CAPM, right? CAPM.
BE, sir.
Okay, I'm coming. Just a minute. Sorry. Minute. Let me just copy the formula so that we'll move. Okay. What is the BE, please? BE is what? 1.64, 2 decimal place. Now, so our BE here will be 1.6. Now, okay, cost of equity. We already know our risk-free already. What is our risk-free? Sorry. Risk-free.
4%.
Okay, 4% plus BE 1.6, Abi?
64. Yes.
1.64. Market return is 10
Yes.
minus 4.
4.
Please, what is the figure? What is the figure, please?
13.84. 13.84.
Yes,
Okay,
13.84.
13.84, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
13.84. You can see we will stop at this part. We will not do the step 5. You know why we will not do this touch the step 5? Because the question says that and a project specific cost of equity. So I think the question says and a project specific cost of what? Capital. We would have included the weighted average cost of what? Equity. You can see it now. And a project specific cost of what? Equity. And don't forget that this project specific cost of equity has included both the financial risk and the business risk. Class, are we still there?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Are we good?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. So what is the next question, please? Okay. Referring to your calculations above, comment briefly on the view of the commercial director. Don't forget that the commercial director is arguing that there is no need. Look at where the commercial director is arguing that, but the commercial director does not believe this is necessary to use a project specific cost of capital. Don't forget that the finance director is proposing that let's use project specific cost of capital to discount this project, right? The commercial director is saying that no, there is no need to use project specific cost of capital, right? Are we together?
Yes,
Are we
sir.
together? So now,
Yes.
the second director, which is the commercial director, saying that there is no need that we should go by this. You can see that we have 17.8, right? When we use a project specific cost of capital, what do we have? We have 13 point what? Cost
84.
of it. We have 13.84, right?
13.84.
Now the comment is
Yes,
that
sir.
don't forget that the lower the discount rate, the higher the what? Net present value. the lower the discount rate, because when you want to discount the project now, when you want to discount the project using a project specific cost of equity, it will give you higher net present value. Why? Because it is lower than the previous one of what? 17.8, 17.8 class. When you have an high discount rate, it will what? It will reduce your what? The net
Your
present
NPV.
value, NPV. But when you have a lower DCF, you have a lower DCF, it will what? It will increase your what?
NPV.
NPV.
So now, looking by this now, the commercial director, referring to your calculation and comment briefly. Now, the commercial director will understate the project, going by what? Going by the first one. Going by what? Going by the first one of 17.8. We understate the net present value, right? Why the finance director is right? Oh, my system. Oh my God.
You're not seeing your screen.
You say?
I'm not seeing your screen.
Oh,
I can still see your screen.
okay, okay. I have 6%. Shit, 6%. Oh, okay. Let me just